What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to take a look at a combination which involves Heimdall. If everything goes well and you make it to the second round, you will almost surely win by a second round knockout. Sure, there are a few factors that could come into play that could stop it, but there are also ways to ensure that this combination works out. Now, as we go into the first battle, I'm going to go ahead and try to show you what can go wrong, or what has gone wrong this season. Mainly it revolves around the fact that battles are over so quickly that a second round combination isn't even fast enough, which actually sounds kind of crazy. So in this battle with Thor's very first attack, a Summoned Thunder, it kind of increases the urgency of you needing to win quickly. So that's one of the first problems with this. Secondly, heroes are putting out so much damage, so even though we're just going to go ahead and use a regular Rage Punch on their agent, we're going to do some massive damage with Hulk. So a level 11 Hulk doing his very first ability already has taken out their agent. And that just goes to show you how ridiculous this season is. Next we have Emma Frost, who also can do a ton of damage with Mental Trauma. Luckily she uses a single target attack, War Diamond, instead. Then of course we're going to counterattack, which also can do massive damage. If it wasn't for Emma Frost's ability, she would have taken a pretty big hit there as well. But on Heimdall's turn, I'm going to go ahead and explain this combination. First, of course, you'll want to use Vigilance, and this is going to grant the Eternal Vigilant. So he will occasionally stop some attacks, which should help you make it to the second round. Next, his level 9 grants Agile, Focused, Fortified, and Strengthened, and it grants these all at once, so it instantly gives you amazing Finest Hour buffs. Or in this case, it's going to help out the Blade of the Guardian. So right after using that, our Blade of the Guardian already has Blessing of Heroes. It grants every single buff you need to trigger this effect. So now that our Blade of the Guardian has given us Blessing of Heroes, our attacks are guaranteed to be critical hits. So what did we combine this with? The Goblin Glider. Now if you have the Empowered Infiltrator suit, you can make yourself stealthy pretty much any time you want. But for those of you who don't have it, the Goblin Glider is already a stealthy attack. Not only that, it has deadly crits. And it also will exploit flying. So if there's a flying character, it'll deal extra damage against them. But the most important part is that deadly crits. It deals a crazy amount of damage, and this is only a level 255 custom one. I'm still working on getting that max level Goblin Glider. Then we have the Power of 4, which comes off cooldown on round 2. So basically we'll have a weapon that's stealthy, has deadly crits with guaranteed critical hits because of Blessing of Heroes, and we'll be using it multiple times due to Power of 4. So let's go ahead and take a look at how amazing it is with that deadly crits and a guaranteed crit. It just knocked out Emma Frost for 52,000 damage. Now imagine that coupled with the Power of 4. So that's exactly what this combination is going for. In this second battle, it's going to work out a little bit better than that, even though of course we're facing the Quick Win team, Thor and Quicksilver. And this is pretty much the team that I faced over and over, so that's what made this combination really hard to get off. In the early parts of this battle, I want to go ahead and address a few of the issues that many of you may have. Number 1, I know a lot of you may not have the Blade of the Guardian. But that's fine, you just won't get a guaranteed crit. You could still have the Goblin Glider firing multiple times with the Power of 4, and you'll still have the Strengthened buff and everything else helping. So it could be worth a shot if your battles are going into the second round especially. Next, you're probably asking, what if the enemy just removes all your buffs? And that's very true, the Blackest Void and also the Scroll could really hurt you. But there are a few ways around this. You could use the Emerald Prism, or a friend of mine on Facebook actually said, why don't you just try the Protector of Adelan? And I have no idea how I forgot about that weapon already. But that's a perfect way to keep these buffs on you. So there's two pretty good ways to make sure that the Scroll or the Blackest Void doesn't ruin this combination. Since I didn't have either one of those equipped, I wanted to try to take their agent out. And we did so pretty easily with our first Goblin Glider attack. Next we were considering trying to kill Thor as well, because we didn't want to get hit with that Summoned Thunder. And I really figured since I'm facing Thor and Quicksilver, the combination's going to be ruined anyway. By virtue that it's going to be a fast battle, win or lose. But you know what? As long as Quicksilver doesn't kill our agent, we're going to get those buffs, and then we're going to get a chance to use the Goblin Glider with the power of 4. So now that it's Heimdall's turn, we're going to use Vigilance, and we're really hoping that the Eternal Vigilant kicks in. Whenever he raises his hand and stops an attack, it's absolutely amazing, but it's really frustrating for you if you're the attacker. Then we're going to give us all those buffs with the level 9 Gallarhorn, and we're also taken to the Bifrost Bridge. So this was kind of like the moment of truth. We had to hope that Quicksilver didn't finish our agent. First, he loses the turn because of the stun, which I actually forgot he was even stunned. And then next, he doesn't attack our agent, so we're in the clear. Now on our agent's turn, you can see the Blessing of Heroes proc, so we gain back some HP, and then it says down there, gains Blessing of Heroes if the wielder has Fortified, Focused, Agile, and Strengthened. So that's no problem, 1 level 9 from Heimdall, and we have all of those buffs. Oh, and before I use the power of 4 in the Goblin Glider, I do want to mention you don't have to use Hulk on your team. I'm using him just for War Frenzy. You would actually be really well off using someone like Hercules or Wonder Man, or anyone else that could take advantage of Finest Hour. In fact, I did use Wonder Man and he was doing huge damage with his Hollywood Hammer. Alright, so we did use the power of 4, and now we'll get up to 4 attacks with the Goblin Glider. We're going to start by attacking Quicksilver. And yes, I know I lucked out by not getting hit from the blast from the past. So we do end up hitting him for 52,000, and there goes a second round knockout. Even if he would have hit us, we would have still won this battle. It just wouldn't have helped out the combination at all, that's for sure. But anyways, like I said, this season's a pretty bad season even for a second round combo. But I still wanted to show it, and maybe some of you can make use of something similar to it. Anyways, I still hope you enjoyed the video, and the next video should be a Heimdall review. But I plan on doing something differently with that review, so I have a lot of editing to do. If it takes a little longer than expected, I will put up a different video of a short mini-series. Anyways, I'll get more into that when I post the first video. Lastly, I want to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos.